Welcome to Echevarria Travel, where we deliver all destinations from pole to pole. Whether it's tickets to a local event, a group bus trip, air travel for families, or cruises, we are here to lighten the load and take the stress out of planning your trip. We offer excellent travel packages for everyone, and we specialize in providing travel assistance to the special needs and disabilities community. Echevarria Travel provides education and information on traveling with medical conditions and accessibility options in airports, on cruises, and in foreign countries. Before you give up on taking that dream trip because you have special needs that seem to make it too difficult, please contact us for a consultation first. Echevarria Travel's award-winning founder, Cheryl Echevarria, loves to travel and has personally overcome the challenges of traveling with blindness and special medical needs. Call us today at 631-456-5394 for a free consultation about your trip and explore the world with Echevarria Travel.
Good morning, everybody. Cheryl Echevarria of Echevarria Travel, and this is Talk Travel with Cheryl. We want to welcome you, and it's the last day in November. I can't believe it. November 30th, 2020, the year. It's almost over. Things are getting better and brighter, especially in the travel industry. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we'll have that vaccine, and we can start traveling without any issues soon. Very, very soon. So today I have a special guest on. You all know I bring on my travel partners, my colleagues in the business industry here in Central Florida, so you can learn about them and their travel experiences. Today, I have Melissa Nessenson on from Windstar Cruise Lines. And you have been noticing on I've been lately just talking up a storm about Windstar, especially those that want to focus in, and Echevarria Travel is all about the destination. Yes, the cruise ships, the land, they're all about getting there and enjoying how you get there, and even the ship is part of the destination when you're traveling. But Windstar focuses on the destinations that you can get to anywhere in the world except on small yacht cruising, which they have passengers anywhere between 125 over to 300 and something passengers. Great for those people who love to meet like-minded people who want to try something new. And we'll be discussing all about Windstar today, and also a great offer for Cyber Monday. A little bit about Melissa. She's been with Windstar Cruises for about 4 years. She's a self-proclaimed travel lover like myself, ever since her first cruise at the age of 7, and became her career in the cruise industry over 17 years ago as a retail vacation planner. Melissa was also previously employed at a large South Florida-based travel marketing agency, where she worked closely with several cruise lines, resorts, and other tourist destinations. She's on board of SCAL, I think I'm pronouncing that right, International of Fort Lauderdale and Palm Beaches. I'm going to ask her about that. A professional organization. I can't talk this morning. It is Monday. Excuse me, everybody. Of tourism leaders around the world promoting global tourism and friendship. Welcome, Melissa. How are you today?
Thank you, Cheryl. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction. Appreciate it.
Yes, my tongue is still wagging from Thanksgiving. I think it's still wrapped around turkey, so we got to excuse me.
Me too.
Today.
Me too.
Exactly. So before we get into Windstar, I really want to find out and let us know a little bit about what SCAL is. That is a very interesting organization. It might be something I might be interested in myself.
Yes, yes, especially as a business owner in the travel industry, Cheryl. I think you would be a great fit. Skull International is really one of the longest running organizations that promotes travel industry, hospitality, really global, global travel, and it's business owners, business operators, and also managers and executives in the travel industry. And there's chapters all over the world, and so it's just a great way for networking and friendship and really promoting global travel. So Windstar's been a member of SCAL International for many years, and it's a great organization.
Can you give us a little feedback or background on Windstar, who Windstar is? And I know Windstar was recently, over the last couple of years, bought out by another corporate
Yes, you
umbrella.
heard correctly. Yes, so Windstar Cruises is a Seattle-based boutique cruise line. We have six beautiful large yachts, or some people call them small cruise ships. We are part of the Xanterra Travel Collection, and that's an American company, a diverse global travel company, and they provide bucket list destinations or access to bucket list destinations, I should say, are almost all around the world. So Windstar is the only cruise line owned by Xanterra, but our sister companies include like three award-winning tour companies, such as VBT Bicycling and Country Walkers, for instance. There's four fine hotels and even a restored historic railway. And access to the national parks of the West. So Windstar is really perfect in their in kind of their motto, which is luxury hospitality with a gentler footprint, and that's what we do. We're going into places where we're kind of seeing the world as a traveler, not like a tourist. We have some ships that hold less than 350 guests, so we don't really take over the destination. We really blend in and kind of see it like a local, and leave a gentler footprint behind, and really get to be part of that, kind of that. Um, Kind of get to know the cultures and the places that we're visiting, in a more authentic way than when you're going into a big touristy destination, where you're surrounded by thousands and thousands of other tourists and cruisers and lots of ships everywhere, and crowded restaurants and crowded stores. This is different. This is going kind of beyond the reach of most quote unquote tourists, and really experiencing it more like a local.
Well, what I like about Windstar is, and being in the travel industry for many years myself, is that sometimes when you hear about smaller ships or yacht cruising, you think, oh my God, it's so expensive. I can never afford to do that. And I have to say, the pricing of going on Windstar, and I have been promoting them left and right, is if you can afford a balcony on your mass market cruise lines, you can afford to spend a week or 10 days on Windstar, and some of the destinations that they travel to, we'll be chatting about in a few minutes, but just to let you know that Windstar is a very affordable option for those that, especially those who said they've been every place in the world, and being on a smaller vessel, they can get into places like in different islands in the Bahamas, different islands in the Mediterranean, different islands, especially in Tahiti, which we'll be talking about shortly. And it's I also think it's a very romantic kind of thing, especially for honeymooners and those that want to bring a spark back into their marriage and or family reunions or whatever. So getting back to, we'll start with the start. We're going to start with the destinations of where Windstar goes to, and they do some U.S. destinations, but we're holding off about that through 2021. And when they're available, I'll be letting you know about it. But they go to the Bahamas, They go year-round to Tahiti, and that's where we're going to start. Melissa, can you tell us about the destination of Tahiti and why Tahiti with Windstar?
Yes, yes, of course. Thanks, Cheryl. So, Tahiti is probably one of the most romantic places on the world, like in the world, like you were just saying, what a great way for romance and to have a wonderful time. Um, in a more romantic destination. Well, Tahiti probably takes the cake, right? But according to Brides Magazine, Windstar is one of the most romantic honeymoon experiences out there. So I can't think of a better way to celebrate a honeymoon or an anniversary or special birthday, with your loved one, with your spouse. Than in Tahiti. So it's one of those special places people often dream about, and it's on the bucket list of a lot of folks, a lot of people. But if you're going to go all the way over to Tahiti, for me, one island wouldn't be enough. So a lot of people think Bora Bora, they have that on their bucket list, and that's awesome. And there's actually there's 118 islands in Tahiti. Can you believe it? And we could take you to on a 7-day cruise, like 6 of those islands, including Papayete, which is where the main airport is. So on Windstar, and I'm not sure if my screen's coming up right now, but I can kind of show you under destinations. We have all of our Tahiti cruises, and we have a 148 passenger sailing yacht called the Wind Spirit, and she does 7-day Dreams of Tahiti, 7 days of just sun and beauty and spectacular scenery and secluded beaches and places that are just truly uncrowded, and a lot of unique archaeological sites. There's ruins there from some of the different, like the ancient cultures. There's going to be like a couple black pearl farms to go diving and snorkeling. There's a lot of hiking, beautiful trails, hiking trails, and snorkeling and diving if you're a diver, and water sports. We have a water sports platform off the back of the yacht, and when the conditions are right, and when we're out at anchor, we'll launch that water sports platform and all these great water toys. It's just a really cool experience. So 7-day Dreams of Tahiti, that's probably our most popular because for a lot of our clients who are still working, they feel that 7 days is just perfect. So we go to like Raiatea and Morea and Hua Hin and Mahea, which is also called Taha, and then of course Bora Bora, the place that's on a lot of people's bucket list. There's so much, there's so much to see and do in Bora Bora, and we don't want people to feel rushed. So we actually do an overnight on the yacht in Bora Bora, which is unique. And that evening we have a beautiful dinner, a luau under the stars on a little tiny secluded moto, which is a tiny little island. And they bring the Polynesian dancers, and they have the fire dancers with the fire sticks. And it's a really cool cocktail party and an upscale luau. That's just one of those little surprise and delight moments. We have a lot of surprises on Windstar. That's one of them. But so this one would be the Society Islands round trip Papayete. It's about an 8-hour flight from Los Angeles. So it's not too bad. It's just a little further away than Hawaii. It's worth it. It's worth the long trip. But I really recommend coming in at least a day early. And Cheryl, you can offer your clients a package
Uh-huh.
that would bring them in. It would include round trip air from Los Angeles and an overnight at the beautiful Intercontinental in Papayete in Tahiti, and then transfers, breakfast at the resort. You can use the pool and the beaches and really enjoy yourself that morning before heading to the yacht. And then we set sail on that 7-day trip. And then at the end of the cruise, we'll take your clients back to the Intercontinental, so they'll have a lovely day room to relax before they head back to the airport. So that package has some really reasonable prices. The cruise itself right now is starting about 2,400 per guest, which, for 7-day Tahiti, if you were to try to do that many islands on your own and plan, overnights and transportation and try to see that many islands, it would cost you twice as much to do a if you could even get there, because some of these places are, hard to reach.
And a lot of
So,
these places in Tahiti, they're not all inclusive. And when you're on the on the cruise, just like all other cruises, you have your meals, you have your
mhm.
entertainment, your drinks. I know we purchased drink
Yes.
package. Why don't you
Mhm.
give us a little rundown of what is included on your Windstar trip,
Sure,
so
sure, I
that way
sure
people.
will. Absolutely. So, before we get off of Tahiti, just to let you know, with that air package, it's the cruise air hotel package with transfers. For a limited time, there's also including the captain's alcohol package for the cruise. So that would
Mm,
also be included in the price. So, I know we do this. The cruise leaves almost every Thursday in Tahiti. So we would bring folks in the night before. So when you're looking at your calendars and trying to map out your vacation for 2021 and 2022, even 2023, because we have early 23 open right now for Tahiti. Just keep in mind the cruise leaves on Thursday, and then Wednesday you would fly in. And there's pricing is starting about for the cruise with air with hotel package with drinks. You're looking at probably about 4,400 per person
that's
with
still
air.
a
So
great place.
that's
Even if you went
it
to,
is.
never mind Tahiti, if you went any place, Europe or
Mm-hmm.
even Hawaii right now, that is awesome. And
Yes,
when
it
you
is a
are
good deal.
thinking and concerned, you've got to think of the value of the trip and not just the price, what you're getting for
Yes.
that. So,
Yes, and also that beautiful yacht. Before we talk a little bit what's included, just to let you know, it's a beautiful sailing yacht here on your screen. Hopefully, you're all seeing that on the screen. There's this beautiful four-masted sailing yacht. That's the Wind Spirit. She holds up to 148 guests. She's just gorgeous. Wide open teak decks. There's a swimming pool and a hot tub. There's a spa, fitness center, things that you would expect to find on a small cruise ship, but this is yacht style cruising, so it feels very intimate. It's easy to meet people. The crew are spectacular, and there's an open bridge on all of our yachts, which means you can go to the command center of the yacht anytime we're out at sea till about 10:30 at night and meet the captains and the staff captains, and have a great conversation, get a great view. So that's part of the experience. But as far as what is included, so all of the accommodations have ocean views. So the price would never be an inside cabin. We don't have those. Queen bed. There's 24-hour room service right to your stateroom or suite. There is an owner suite on this yacht. There's only one on the Wind Spirit. One owner suite, but all the rooms are very special, very spacious. There's two dining venues on the Wind Spirit, and all of your meals would always be included, and that's gourmet. We are the official cruise line of the James Beard Culinary Foundation of New York. So, if you're familiar with culinary, that's like the highest honor of any cruise
mm-hmm.
cruise line. So all those meals, even in the supper club, which is called Candles, there would not be an extra cost. So if you're used to doing the big ships where you have to pay extra for all those different dining experiences, that's a savings. When you're on Windstar. Also, all of your non-alcohol is already included, so you're not going to spend money on soda pops and coffees and espressos and macchiatos and smoothies and fresh squeezed orange juices, and all those refreshments are going to be included. There is an alcohol package, which I mentioned would come included on the Wind Spirit air package, air hotel package. But if you're not on that particular sailing, that's fine. For all of our cruises, you can add the drink package. It's very affordable and it's very convenient too. So as far as what also would be included, all the usage of all those water sports toys. You would always be
Mm.
snorkels and fins and kayaks, and there's windsurfing and wakeboarding and water skiing and all kinds of fun stuff.
And our
So
scuba divers can bring their scuba equipment with them.
yes, but we also have packages, so it'd be easier than lugging your own stuff over there. Yes, we do have diving packages if folks want to use the equipment, and that would cost extra. But
Of course,
yes,
yes,
they
yes.
could bring theirs. Yeah. So Tahiti would be one of the destinations on my bucket list, and for a lot of folks, it's kind of a dream. Going to Tahiti would be a dream, but also to sail on a beautiful, masted sailing yacht is spectacular. There's no better way to see Tahiti. You're really getting into these places that are truly authentic and really seeing the culture, the Tahitian cultures, and really being seeing it in a different way, not like a tourist. So, so that's one destination. But if you have if you have a chance to browse our website, you'll see I mean, we are in about 82 countries. We offer almost 200 different itineraries every year. So in addition to Tahiti, there's Mediterranean, Greek Isles, Northern Europe. We're in Asia, Australia. We're doing some really cool or not Bahama, excuse me, Caribbean cruises, the Leeward Islands, the Windward Islands,
Mm.
the different
And
Lesser
you also
Antilles.
have the religious footsteps to Egypt, Israel, what is it, Egypt,
Yes,
Greece,
yes, Europe.
and Turkey? Do I get?
Yes, we do have a few of those sailings. One is going to be coming up in May of 2021, and the other would be in October of 2021. That would be round trip Athens, and that's going to be, I believe it's 10 days. So it's they call it Footsteps of Faith in the Holy Land. Let me see if I can go ahead and bring that up on my screen real quick. And yep, that would be awesome. It's not just an amazing cruise. Yep, here we are, 10 days round trip Athens. It's not just an amazing cruise, but also there are some optional overland packages available as well. So what that means is that you would go on tour for 1, 2, or even 3 days, depending on which of the tours, and that would take you into different like spending more time into like Jerusalem, or one would be taking you to the pyramids in Egypt, and another one goes into Petra. So you could book it as a cruise tour, which is cruise plus overland package. So this is a great itinerary. I have the map here on my screen. So round trip from Athens, and we don't rush. That's a nice thing about a yacht is we don't rush like the big ships do because they have to be out of the port by a certain time. We take our time. You have plenty of time ashore to enjoy yourself, to relax, to really see it right without having to worry about rushing. And if there's nightlife in places around the world that we visit, we do stay longer into the evening and sometimes even overnight, which is nice. So
Definitely cool.
yes, yes, so
Uh,
this is cool.
the the new Star Breeze.
Yes,
I want
yes.
to hear all about the way you guys have meet. Is that the one where you took the middle out of the ship and stretched the ship?
We did, yes. Yeah, so we have our 3 sailing yachts, and then we have our 3 all-suite motor yachts. So the Star Breeze, Star Legend, and Star Pride. And Star Legend is the one that does the Greece, Israel, Egypt trip, the one that we were just talking about. That's the Star Legend. So our 3 all-suite yachts are very special to us, and the Breeze is the first one that was worked on. Actually a year ago, about like actually a little more than a year ago, we started work on the Star Breeze, and you can see this is a picture of the ship here. She looks a little bit different now. Now she looks more like going from a 4-door sedan to a stretch limo
Mhm.
because we actually added 85 feet to the yacht. So right in the middle section, the ship was literally cut in half, and a block of 50 suites were added right into the middle. And her sister
Ooh.
ships, the Star Legend, Star Pride, Star Legend was already actually cut in half, and she's being worked on now, and Star Pride will be next. So that actually gives us opportunity to make a larger dining room area. We put in a new fitness center, a new spa. We put in as I mentioned, 50 brand new suites. We put in a new elevator station that now the elevator actually goes down to our water sports platform, which in the past there were a lot of stairs to go down to the tenders and to the water sports platform. So that's new. This is a image on my screen here. These are actually the suites on the yacht. It's an all suite yacht. So these are the existing suites and the existing classic suites. Plus we have our beautiful owner suites, and these are the new suites. So we put in the new suites have the opposite layout of the existing suites. So the original suites, you walked into the bedroom and the living room was by the window or by the French door because we have French balconies on some of them. So now when you walk in, you're walking into the living room, and then the bed would be there by the window, which is inspired by the way the river boats, a lot of the river boats have the bed by the window.
Oh,
So you
yes.
could, yeah, so you could lay in bed and watch the beautiful ocean go by, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're docked or anchored in port, it's pretty cool to get that, get that amazing view. What a great view to wake up to. But all of the suites are amazing. The new star suites. Some have picture windows, some have French balconies, and some have porthole windows. But all of our existing suites also had brand new bathrooms put on as well. But this is something new. We have two new owner suites midship, and there's three suites that are combinable to make over 1,700 square feet of space. So if there's maybe three couples that want to sail together, or a group of friends, this would sleep up to 8 people comfortably. So everyone has their own accommodation, and then you have this shared living room, dining room area, and a nice large a balcony to a shared balcony. But as I mentioned, like all the suites are beautiful. They all have new bathrooms. They're all very, very spacious. So that's part of the stretch. We call it the stretch project.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really exciting. So it's not about getting larger because the ships are still small and they still hold under 350 people and they can still fit into small places. So it's not really about getting larger, but it's about offering our guests more of what they want. So
Exactly.
a new pool, a new fitness center, a a lot of new. So these are classic yachts, and they are amazing. They have great personality.
I was before I came on the air, and Melissa and I were talking about the ones with the large masses, the sailing yachts, and I was asking since myself I've been on smaller cruise ships, but I've never been on the tall. There it is, one of the pictures,
Mm,
and also on my background on Zoom, I have a photo of it,
yes.
and the thing is, people ask, well, is it like a sailboat or is it like a cruise ship? And you were mentioning that they are built to stand. And because I know some people are afraid of smaller ships because they think that it's going to be rocky and I'm going to get seasick and it's going to, whatever they have in mind, it's not the same thing as being on a sailboat. It's a small uh, cruise yacht. So if that I'm getting that correct, please, or if not, please correct me.
Yes. You described that very well. So, Windstar ships, we have 6 cruise ships. We don't have any sailboats. And I know some folks are looking at their screen saying, well, that looks like a sailboat. It does. It's very unique. Our tagline is Windstar Cruises is 180 degrees from ordinary. So, yes, we are not your ordinary cruise ship. But this is the world's largest passenger sailing ship. So it's not a sailboat, a sailing ship, and it is built as a cruise ship is built, and it has stabilizers just like other cruise ships. It's very, very capable of, if there's winds or anything like that, it's very capable. You don't feel a lot of motion on these ships the way they were designed. Just really the way they were constructed, they were built as ocean crossing vessels. So, and in fact, we sell those. We have 14-day crossings you know, um, from Asia to Alaska, and we have crossings from Iceland over to New York. So you can imagine, these ships, 14 days of just all being out in the water and not making hardly any stops. It's pretty exciting, pretty thrilling. But anyways, so they're very very stable, and we don't rely on wind power because it's not a sailboat. It does have a motor, but when the conditions are right, the captains love to cut the engines and we just glide. So, you
Ah,
know, it's amazing. The sails are functional. We can get extra speed when we're out at full sail.
hmm.
So we can get you to your destination a little bit faster, so you have more time ashore to really enjoy yourself. But it is very romantic, and we have beautiful sail away music. Every time we leave a destination, they put the sails up, and it's coordinated with the signature song, which is
Ah,
the Conquest of Paradise from 1492. It's a beautiful song, and by the time the sails are all up, and unfurled, then at that point the song is over. We
ah,
also try to duplicate that on our motor yachts. It's not quite the same because we don't have those tall masts, but we do have these great big Windstar flags, white flags with the big W on them, and we do we do that sail away celebration on the motor yachts also, which we call the Star class yachts.
Sounds
So,
like
but yeah,
so much
that is a
fun.
beautiful ship. Windsurf, world's largest passenger sailing yacht at 342 guests. She just had a major renovation in November of 2019. So we redid the public spaces. You know, again, they're classic yachts, so they do need a lot of work from time to time to make sure that they compete really well with the newest ships on the market, and they really do. Time and time again, we are named #1 best small ship cruise line in the world. So we actually have something new. It's called the Officer Suite, which is we think it's one of the only one of its kind, we believe, and it's a chance for you to stay right in the heart of the officers' quarters, right behind the bridge. It's a
Wow.
really really cool suite, and it was an officer suite. And some people laugh and say, "Oh, does the officer come with?" No, sorry. No, 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 no. You know, you can dazzle your friends and say you stayed in the officer suite, but no, officer wasn't there.
Okay.
But we do also have a captain suite as well, a bridge suite it's called actually, which is also at the bridge. But these are some of the enhanced accommodations on the yacht. Really, really beautiful. And as I mentioned, all ocean view, no inside cabins. And of course all the meals, all the non-alcohol beverages, always included. And this is an example of the staterooms on the surf. They're beautiful, 188 square feet. There's actually you can't see in the picture, but there's two porthole windows. It's very, very lovely. And then, of course, we have some of the larger, suites, as I mentioned. We actually have a two-bathroom suite. My boss calls those the marriage saver suites
Oh
because there's two
yes.
bathrooms, so you're not sharing a space. So those are really lovely. And then, of course, the bridge suite, as I mentioned, right at the bridge, very beautiful, and then the officer suite.
They
So,
are lovely. You would never think.
thank
Some people
you.
are thinking, "Oh my goodness, now I know and I know and I know." Well, some of the other questions that my clients always ask is, uh, I have allergies and I have, my palate. Will the chefs work with me? Do I need to let you guys know prior to sailing that I do have these allergies? I can't eat certain things. Is that easy to accommodate with my clients?
Yes, and that's actually another great reason why folks would want to use a travel professional. Why you would be going to Cheryl for your travel arrangements because she's a professional and she knows exactly what to do to make sure that, we meet your needs and also, exceed your expectations. So with Windstar, everything is made a la minute, meaning it's made to order. It's not pre-prepared, it's not, frozen. And on a giant cruise ship when there's 4,500, 6,000 people, that's not the case because you can't feed that many people without pre-preparing stuff and whatnot. But on a yacht that holds less than 350 guests, absolutely, we go ashore and we source local ingredients in the farmers markets. If you like to be part of that, if you like to be that and part of that experience, if you like farmers markets, just ask at the front desk, what days the chefs are going ashore because they love to take you out on tour if you're interested. It's complimentary. You could join the chefs. But yes, as long as Cheryl lets Windstar know at least like 30 days in advance, we can let our culinary team know what your needs are. We can accommodate pretty much all dietary needs, with the exception of kosher. Is we just don't have a kosher kitchen, and halal.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that unfortunately we can't really accommodate. But other dietary restrictions, absolutely. And then also, we also recommend that the guest does talk to the dining room staff that the day they get onto the yacht, just to, so they can ask any, the dining room staff can ask them questions and kind of get an idea of some of their needs and preferences. But they'll already have pre-prepared since you will have you know let them know on the booking. But it's good to talk to the staff. They're so eager to please, and and they'll really be happy to give you personal attention. So it is a world-class dining experience, and you really get to taste the flavors of the places you're visiting. And as I mentioned, local market tours, which is such a thrill to go ashore and be part of that experience. And then we have an amazing on deck barbecue party on all of our cruises. So all those great ingredients that we source from the local markets, the chefs will show them off and really, and they wow, they do such a great job at the on deck barbecue party, which is a lot of fun. So another one of those surprise and delight moments on Windstar that we offer.
I will
So
also mention, and many people know that I do work with people with disabilities. This particular travel option would not be recommended for my clients with scooters and wheelchairs, only because you really need to be able to get on and off the ship and different areas of the ship. If you have other disabilities, it shouldn't be a problem, but if we're dealing with a wheelchair or scooter, it might be an issue. So please give us a call and let us discuss all your options with that, as with any travel planning. And if this is not for you, we'll definitely find something that will fit your needs. And I just wanted to put that out there, as we always watch out for our people with mobility and special needs issues.
yes. Very important. So the yacht that you see on your screen, which of course these are being stretched, so there's going to be a lot more space. The three all-suite motor yachts do have four suites that are modified.
Okay.
So if a guest is using a wheelchair or scooter, as long as they can do some steps, because to get on or off the yachts, there is going to be some steps, exterior steps. We don't have, it's not like the big ports, like the Port of Miami or the Port of Galveston or Port of Los
Mm-hmm.
Angeles, where they have the big gangways where you can, this is a little different. It's different. So as long as the guests can walk up some steps and walk down some steps safely, the crew can bring the wheelchair or scooter onto the yacht, but you want to book super early so you make sure you get one of the four modified suites on those three ships.
Exactly, because those are
Um,
always on any
yes,
type of cruising you're going on. Those rooms go very fast.
yes, and those three yachts have elevators on board also. So as well as the Surf, the Windsurf, the largest one, like the one on the screen, that also has an elevator, but there's no modified rooms. The Windstar. This is the smaller one, the four-masted yacht, the Windstar and the Wind Spirit, like we talked about for Tahiti. There is no elevator on board. So please,
Okay.
please, and there's certain areas of the yacht that may be inaccessible to wheelchairs or scooters. So, but we'll try to make this work for everyone. As long as you let Cheryl know well in advance, we'll make sure that we're fitting you with the right experience and to make sure that this is going to work out well for you.
Well, we're coming to the end of our discussion and visit
Oh,
with Melissa today, but I wanted, before we leave, I wanted to mention that the Thanksgiving or our bucket list sale ends tomorrow, December 1st,
yeah.
2020. But the package that we were talking about for Tahiti, which includes the drink package, you need to book by December 31st, 2020. So remember to set up your free consultations with me, so we can work on your trips for you. And I'm always posting Winstars, teasers, and 7-day sale options. So for any reason you missed today, there will always be one at the beginning of the week. Windstar, because they are becoming my preferred small ship uh, company for Echevarria Travel. And as soon as Nelson and I can get out and they're sailing again, we will be on the next ship available to us. So, Melissa, I want to thank you for coming on and talking with me today and talking to my clients about Windstar. And I hope in the future to do a group. I would love to do a cruise around the Caribbean for people to get a feel of Windstar, or once the U.S. sailings come again, to go to Alaska, or even the the fall foliage, or the other U.S. destinations that Windstar
Yes.
offers, because it I have a feeling once everything is done with COVID and the vaccination, people are going to want smaller and enjoy their trip much more about the destination than just sitting on the beach. Because, yeah, I like sitting on the beach and then I get bored. So I
You
like to
know,
have my one day at the pool, the one day at the beach to relax. But you know what? I love seeing and being totally enthralled with the destination that I'm visiting. So my clients are
that's
similar, and we will definitely be on be hopefully holding some group space on Windstar through the coming
That's
year.
great. There are some wonderful itineraries. On a group, you do get, you typically your guests would get some onboard credit as a thank you for being part of Cheryl's group, and some other goodies as well. So as also as far as the experience, Windstar experience, keeping in mind that we do also have theme cruises on certain sailings. So I have on my screen right now, this is the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo. So if you any of your race car enthusiasts out there, or you just want to
Hmm.
experience the glitter and the glam of Monaco. We do a Monte Carlo Grand Prix cruise every year in May. So
And they
knock on
got a
wood, we're
great
hoping to
casino
yeah.
out there too. I know my
They
husband would say
do.
my
They
husband
do.
wouldn't care about the cars. He wants to go to the casino.
Yep, it's a beautiful casino. But for any of those race car enthusiasts, keep in mind, every year that they have the Grand Prix, which hopefully this year will happen with everything. I believe it's still going on in May. Actually, for 2021, I should say. But that's the Windsurf, the largest sailing yacht I mentioned.
Yes.
That she's going to be overnight in Monte Carlo. We had the cruise includes tickets to the Grand Prix, the preliminaries, the actual race, and also there's tours into the pits. You get pit passes, so you can
Wow.
go and see the cars. I mean, this is really cool stuff. So that's a beautiful cruise. Round trip Rome. So I believe we still have space for 2021 available, but may want to book early for 2022. There's more space available for that. But
Awesome.
anyways, I know you'll match the right cruise with the right guest, and it's going to be an amazing trip. That's 180 degrees from ordinary.
Thank you, Melissa, and have a happy holiday. And thank you
Thank
for sharing
you.
your time with Talk Travel with Cheryl today. And we will be in touch with you soon.
Oh, thank you. And don't forget, everybody, the Thanksgiving sale ends tomorrow, so you can get some amazing deals, not only on Windstar, but also our sister brands with Xanterra. So thank you, Cheryl.
Have a great day.
You too.